Welcome back to Super a Dollar. I'm Tyler.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Matt.
Um, we're back for episode 2.
Yes, sir. Please like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about the pod. Get this thing popping, baby. We're trying to pay these bills.
Yes, sir. Trying to make this money here, baby.
Hell yeah, gotta contribute, boy.
No, we need to just start to go to the fan base, build a family over here.
Hell yeah. But man, what a week, dude.
It's
From our first pod,
I know, right? First
what a
pod and then
fucking
now
jump.
this. So July 1st, second day of free agency. Man, what a day! What a day!
It's been pretty crazy the last 14 hours, or not even,
I mean, yesterday was
or
something.
past. Yeah.
Yesterday, I mean, we haven't even. It's been officially 24 hours
25.
2 hours ago. So
Yeah.
it's about to be 8 o'clock over here. So yeah, it started at 6 o'clock yesterday. We're a little over 24 hours in, and I mean, man,
A lot of money given out. A lot
lot,
of money.
lots of money being thrown around. Re-signings, new signings,
Interesting trades.
the trades,
Some
the
of
trade,
them I didn't
the
see
trade
coming for sure.
rumors. I mean,
Oh yeah. I definitely feel like you definitely want to talk
I don't know
about
where to
that.
start.
We could start with your team. How about that? Start with the
All right, we'll
boys.
just get into it right away. Yeah, we waited last
Yes,
podcast. We
sir.
waited till closer to the end. We'll just get right into it now. So, we'll start with who we lost: Gabe Vincent,
Oh yeah.
Max
To the Lakes.
Strus,
Yeah.
and Victor Oladipo. Now, Oladipo, I'm upset we lost him, but now he has lots of injury history. So,
Yeah.
like he was injured this season, came in the first
I'll
year and
press
got
that man for
hurt.
real, but
So I mean, I hope he gets healthy and I hope he can figure it out. But
absolutely.
Max
The
Strus,
Heat pick up Thomas Bryant, 2 years. That's actually pretty good. They needed a center like that, to be honest. Someone
I
who
like our
just
pickups.
rebound.
Um, we lost Max Strus. That's
Yeah.
I mean, he would definitely came in, was a big piece of the team throughout the season. Undrafted player. I mean, he definitely made a name for himself. He
Confident shooter.
definitely got paid. Gabe Vincent, we lost. Now, that I'm a little upset about because he
He
was
was
he was a
good.
solid.
He
He
was a
was
very good
solid.
player.
He was solid, and he was definitely he just continued to get better, and
And he put on for small guard. Like he's 6'1", but he played bigger than his size. He
exactly
played very hard defense, and he would always try to work his way to the lane. Solid player. It
exactly.
is definitely a shame that the Heat lost him.
That's a significant
Where did he get
loss.
signed again?
The Lakers,
Oh, at
which
Lakers.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't even whatever.
He pick up Josh Richardson, 2 year.
I like that he's coming back. He has
I
a
like that for
relationship
them.
he has a
Fits their
relationship
play
with
style.
Spo. He's been there before, knows the Heat culture.
Catch and shoot.
And
He plays defense.
if you're a real Heat fan and you were there during the bad days with Josh
Yeah.
McRoberts and Justice Winslow and Rodney McGruder when we couldn't win a damn thing after LeBron left and Chris Bosh and D Wade
Yeah.
retired and all of that. Jay Rich was on those teams. So
Yeah.
he knows what it's like to be there when the bad is going on, but he also knows what it's like to be on those championship teams with him. So I
No, I
mean,
hear you. How you feel about the K Love resign?
I love it. As I know he's getting older, but I mean, he came in and played a significant piece and taking us to the finals this year.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like he'll still be able to come in and play a significant role for us. And the way that I'm seeing it now is signing Thomas Bryant, bringing K Love back. That takes a lot of load off of Bam's shoulders,
Yeah, for sure.
giving him a
For sure.
lot just giving
And
him a
it could
little
even
bit
allow
more
him to
room
play the
to.
four, and
That's
him playing the
exactly my
four
thought.
would be really
Exactly my
nice.
thought.
Play help side, and also it frees him up to like shoot a little more. Cause
Exactly.
his mid range is underrated. Like it's underrated. Like it's not always
He
consistent, but
doesn't
when
shoot.
it's
That's the
there,
problem. He just doesn't shoot it.
yeah,
That's his
when it's
problem.
there, yeah, exactly.
If he has the that's the probably everybody knows he could shoot it. And Jimmy Butler said it a million
Yeah, he's
times.
got a good midi, solid.
Jimmy Butler said it a million times. Bam needs to shoot the ball. If Bam shoots the
Yeah, so
ball, we win
him being
games.
able to play the four, that'd be
Exactly. We
huge. Thomas
takes his
Bryant
off
allows that.
season, build his confidence up, get the jumper right again, like work more on it this off season. They'll definitely have a lot of weight taken off his shoulders. Cause then you think about
Yeah, and
it,
a lot of weight for Jimmy, like too.
going into like the finals, you think about it, he's the one guarding. He's got to do a lot of guarding Jokic.
Yeah, he's got to guard the hardest player on the court.
So
or
now,
like a Giannis, or even like a Julius Randle. He's always got to guard that kind of guy. So it's
exactly.
like he's got to like and to play both sides all the time. It's just.
And then you're
you're
bumping with them big guys like that and all that. Like that's gonna take a lot out of them.
Yeah.
So then you take that away from that and put Thomas Bryant in there. You're able to put Kevin Love in there a little bit. That gives him so much more free room to be able to go be the player that Bam is and everybody knows him to be.
No, absolutely.
Now we could talk the trade rumor. Damian Lillard.
Oh yeah.
Requesting
that would be a pickup.
trade.
That would be a pickup.
Man, Jimmy Butler said when the offseason started, our number one goal this offseason should be to get Dame. So Jimmy wants him. Did you see him trolling? Did you see what Dame on live playing the Welcome to Miami song?
Nah, I didn't see that.
He was on live and there was a song playing in the background and it was called Welcome to Miami. So then everybody was like, "Oh, whatever," like took whatever from that. Then next day,
he would fit so perfectly. It actually.
Oh man, the next day,
having a
Jimmy
guard
Butler
that can spark from there.
Jimmy Butler's listening to Dame's music, so there's obviously a lot of tampering that went on into this whole whatever, but we're not gonna get into it.
We don't got.
I'm sure Pat Riley will just pay it if something does come up, but it's okay. Dame coming to Miami would be a big pickup.
It'd be such a relief for the shooters too.
Well, the thing is,
and Duncan Robinson, because
we're not gonna have them if Dame comes. If Dame comes, they're both gone. True. They're both gone if you get, and I'm fine with that. All I care about
got shooters though who can knock down in the corner. That's all that. That's
all
that's
I care.
Really.
All I care about.
Richardson.
All I care about in this is if Dame comes, we keep Bam and Jimmy are off limits.
That is one of my topics. I was gonna ask, would you want to see Bam in any potential way traded?
No.
That's off limits.
No.
That's your
him and Dame are friends. Him and Dame were friends. Like they've been friends since they were like in like high school. Like they were kids.
I like him for too.
Putting them together, they have a relationship, like they're good friends already. That'd be great. And then Dame and Jimmy, like Jimmy wants Dame to cut. Like that's what we need is a scorer, that guy to like run, like take the offense and just be able to take it over and take all of that weight off of Jimmy. Because I mean,
not only that, a knockdown 3-point shooter. You can knock down off the dribble too.
Bro, he could go out and put
and catch and shoots.
He could go out and put up 40. And then Jimmy could go out and put up 30, and then Bam could go get a quick 25. Like, come on.
Yeah, like, that would be an unstoppable offense. And their defense, not only that, their defense. Lillard's defense, that would work there.
And then all I need out of that, Bam and Jimmy are off limits, and then Caleb Martin needs to stay. That's all I care about. As long as we keep Caleb Martin, anybody else you can have. I don't care.
He definitely deserves to be on the team in my opinion.
Exactly. I love the way he played. He has that dog in him, and I continue to just see he just continues to get better. From watching him play watching him play in college when he was in Nevada. Defense. Yeah, when he was in Nevada watching him play in college to the Hornets, and then from the Hornets now he's on the Heat, and it's like dude, this guy's improved so much. It came out of nowhere this season, and we need to keep him because he
He
just
erupted.
continues to get better.
He was good. Just all around too. Defense, offense, like he had a bag.
And I
Legit
mean,
bag.
I'm not sure how it would work out, and I don't know who we would have to give up and all that. I want to keep Jaime Jaquez. As much as I didn't like him in college, usually if I don't like a player, that means that they're good. So I couldn't
For
stand
sure.
I couldn't stand him when he was at UCLA, but that's just because every time I watched him,
Oh,
he was killing people.
Highlights that I see, his footwork, his shot making, like
He's
solid.
He's so, and he just can
Yeah, up and under.
going in the heat culture,
mid-range,
having that
three
heat
ball,
culture.
dunks.
Exactly. Having that heat culture and then putting him like with Jimmy and like having Bam there, like he's just gonna get so much better. If we can keep him, I'd love that because I feel like he'd be a huge piece to the team. Like right away. I feel like he'd be a great piece to the team. All right. We can move on. We don't have to talk about the Heat. That was we got a lot of
Sir.
we got a lot of Heat talking there.
Yes, sir.
I'm amped up now. So I guess we can go to the everybody's pretty much saying it, at least from what I've seen from ESPN and
Talk to me.
on Twitter and all of that. The number one team so far this offseason, the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh man, their team is completely different now.
And I mean, they have, from what I've seen, they lost one piece, and that's Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, and honestly,
But-
I think that was a good trade. I think Dennis is a good player, but does not fit in that system.
And I feel like he has the defense. He's a defensive player. He can shoot pretty decently and whatever. But like
For sure.
They
He's
got-
bigger than his size.
they got Gabe Vincent from the Heat.
Yeah,
He can
that's a
easily
solid
go
pickup.
fill Dennis Schroeder.
off the dribble, and he's good at catching shoots. I mean, when he's streaky, but when he's hitting, he's hitting.
When he's
Like,
on,
he'll
he's
hit that.
on. But when he's off, yeah, he's off. But yeah, that's
Yes.
a great. I feel like replacement for losing Dennis Schroeder, and then
Yeah, they
they
got Austin
signed-
Reeves on a 4-year max.
they bring Austin Reeves back, which is great for that's huge for them.
He's a hooper, legit.
He
Point
proved
guard,
that this year.
Point
No
guard
one
skills, got the size.
no one believed in it, but he's a hooper, and I mean.
Legit.
I kept saying it all year long. Every time I'd watch this guy, I was like, "Yo, this kid is nice."
For sure, dude. Like has the all-around game, and most like where he shows off to me is his point guard skills. He's got really good passing, especially in pick and
Yeah,
roll
he's able to pass the
scenarios.
ball so well. He's able to he can handle the ball well, able to like read the pick and roll so
Yeah.
well and all of that.
And
Like,
he's 6'5", so like he can only get stronger and better on defense.
and then you keep him
help
around.
help out the boys.
You keep him around LeBron. He's just gonna continue to learn so much about the game, and he's just gonna continue to get better. And then
Yeah, for sure.
they bring back D'Lo, which is another huge pick. Like that's a huge re-signing for them. Now
Yeah,
they're
he
they
is
have-
really. He might have gotten some slights because of how he shot in the playoffs, but he's
always
all-around
been
good
like
player.
he's always
His
been
shot
like that.
selection was just a bit. It was a bit shaky. It was a little like he was just shooting sometimes a little like. Just
Oh,
sometimes
yeah,
shots off
definitely.
the dribble that he didn't need to shoot, or he could have waited. Like, but all around, people should not sleep on D'Lo. Good player.
Oh, he's been a great player. He's been a great
lefty.
great player since college. Man, the passes he used to make in college were ridiculous. But then yeah, he came into the league. He was decent, and then, I mean, I think he fell off a little bit when he went to the Timberwolves. But it was an okay fit for him. But I feel now putting him on the Lakers like that. The one thing for him, I feel like he likes that shine, that spotlight. Putting him in LA gives him those big lights and all that he likes.
Yeah.
So I feel like that just that makes him
That's how I
want to
felt in
prove.
the
It
beginning
makes
of
him
that
want to play
trade.
harder.
At the trade deadline when they first got there, that's how I felt. Like he was really hooping at first, and like it was
Exactly.
because,
He's like, oh, like I
that's
have
exactly what
I
you
have somewhere
said.
to shine now. Like
Yeah, it's
There's
like someone the bright lights are on me right now. Let's get it. I'm playing with Bron
exactly,
Bron.
exactly. And then having Gabe Vincent behind him. Now I'm not sure how the whole lineup's gonna work and all that. But for the way I see it, it'd be like D'Lo starting and then Gabe Vincent coming off the bench behind him.
Jackson Hayes, them picking up Jackson Hayes. That
Yeah,
was a good pickup.
that's a huge
Now you
pickup
got someone
to
for
back up.
AD
Yeah, to
when he's
back
on
up
the
AD.
bench.
Exactly, exactly.
He's a good shot
And if
blocker
they
and a
want,
very, very much a lob threat.
and the thing is,
So
yeah,
he can play the five.
he's a huge defensive threat. So it's if you really wanted to, you put them both on the floor at the same time. That takes so much pressure off of AD to,
AD can just play the four and just
and
like
he
hang
can
back
just
and take
hoop.
jumpers the way he wants. Yeah.
I was watching NBA Today earlier, and Kendrick Perkins was saying it like this: the Lakers are setting this up for AD to just go out and be the best player that he can be, to just go out and hoop as
Easily,
best as he
yeah.
can.
I like this lineup all around. They signed some guys. They picked up Cam Reddish too.
Cam Reddish is a hooper,
He's a good wing player. He's a good wing player. Like
and
he can really get to the hole. He can
all
fucking shoot that.
all LeBron's ever said is he wants shooters. That you talk about a shooter.
Yeah, picked him up. Yep.
And then they bring Hachimura
And,
back, who proved himself
yeah,
this
that's what I was
season.
about to say. The resign
Man, he proved himself
was
this
hooping.
season. He was, yeah, man. And
from Washington. I knew he had.
He was
wing
good in
skills
Washington,
as, like,
but
a
man,
four. Yeah, he shines there because now he can really just play the three and or the four and like
yeah,
space it out.
exactly,
Like it doesn't even matter when him and Braun are on the floor. It works so good because Rui can do it
bro.
all.
If they have,
kind of,
if you
he's
really
a good
think,
all-around player.
if you think about it, man, now they could have a scary lineup putting like D'Lo or Gabe in the game, and then having like Braun, Hachimura, Jackson Hayes, and AD in the game.
Yeah, their lineup.
Come
is pretty
on, that'd be
crazy.
kind of.
I'm not gonna lie.
That'd be a little scary.
Torian Prince also on a 1 year.
Oh yeah, I forgot they picked him up.
In my opinion.
Now I've never really watched him that much, and I mean I've always heard his name here and there.
Good catch and shoot player.
I've always mixed him up with what's his name, Tashawn Prince, the light skinned dude that used to be on the Pistons. I used to love. I loved him.
Yeah.
He used to be a hooper. But yeah, I mean that's a good pickup for them too. That gives them another solid piece on the bench, and like
Yeah,
they're just
good,
they just
wing
continue
that
to
can play defense and also shoot to an extent. Like he'll put up like 30-something% maybe. You know what I mean?
That's for them. That's decent. That gives them another
That's what
shooter
they
and
need
everything.
someone like that.
Like they're really setting their team up to be
As long as
something.
he can shoot.
And if you think like, I know they didn't live up to expectations for what they're like having LeBron and AD, and then they had Russ for a little bit this year and everything, and then they ended up getting like, I mean they also have. You got to think. I also I forgot they still have Jared Vanderbilt too. So like that's another like, there's more defensive players that they can just keep putting in bigs and just take so much defense off of AD's like back. But
yeah.
Like they made a decent run this year, even with having such like a off season. I mean, they're setting up to have a pretty scary team. Now I know the West is like nuts.
It's gonna be insane.
But like the Lakers are kind of looking like decent, like they could cause some trouble in the West. Now I mean with that's realistically. The way I see it, we could have a Lakers Suns Western Conference Finals.
Man,
unless the Nuggets are still like what they were this year and just dominate like all the time.
Speaking of the Nuggets, an unexpected trade: Bruce Brown to the Indiana Pacers, 2 years for $45 million.
No, I mean after
especially
after the championship
parade.
Exactly, the championship parade. Oh, he's not leaving. There he goes. Money talks.
Man.
Money talks.
Yeah.
Now,
$45 million serious money for 2 years.
I mean, he earned it. He played so good this year, and I couldn't stand it because he beat the hell out of the Heat, which pissed me off. But
he was like the role player that the Nuggets needed to really like
um,
secure the leads for the finals.
I
Yeah.
think that's a huge pickup for them though. Like that
They also
they're re-signed.
re-signed
Yeah,
Reggie
Halliburton.
Jackson.
Oh, the Nugget. Yeah, the Nuggets. I thought we were talking about Pacers.
Yeah,
I'm
and my
sorry.
thought on that is maybe it's kind of a replacement. I mean, they already had him,
I
but
mean, yeah, because
it's
then
kind of like
they
maybe
lose
they'll
Bruce.
substitute it for Bruce.
Because yeah, Reggie didn't play. He didn't play as much, and then Bruce Brown started
He
earning
didn't
a
play
lot of
like at
minutes.
all.
He started playing
Yes,
real
but
well,
he
so earned the
can fill
minutes.
out that role.
And when Reggie Jackson always used to be a hooper when he's playing on the Clippers and
6'9".
everything, so he was decent.
He was nice.
They also re-signed DeAndre Jordan, so
I saw that.
that's good.
I like that. I mean, he's never like been like an insane center, or like you know what I mean. But like,
back in them Lob
I
City
always-
days, though, man. Psh,
yeah, that's what I always think about that lob.
I
and
miss them
can't help-
lobs,
I can't help.
man.
I respect
Those days-
that man.
those
I
days
like
were
him.
so-
DeAndre Jordan's cool. He's a cool dude.
Those days were so good, man. Them Lob City days. Back
yeah,
in
Blake and
2011,
DeAndre. That was
2012.
insane.
CP3 on that team. Like, man, when that team was together, they thought we were in the championship. Man, that team was so bad.
It looked like us in the 2K wreck, yeah.
It was
Fucking
crazy.
whoop. Nah,
Hey,
it was nice.
If we, I don't know who we got watching this, but if we ever have a sponsor or anything, this Arnold Palmer Spike tees, these are my, I don't know how far, these are my shit. I love these. And then I found these other ones.
You write the check, and I will do anything.
Bro, send me some shirts.
Give me the script.
Send me
Give
some
the
shirts,
script.
pants, all of that. I wear the merch. I wear hats. I wear it all over the place. I wear it every day. But yeah,
that's fucking. That's hilarious.
But yeah, I feel like the Nuggets. The thing, like, I hate them so much. But if they still if they come out and they're like they were this year, like they're scary, and they look like they were
Absolutely.
very unstoppable. Like they
Jokic's
didn't look like
passing and just all the role players. It's just
the thing I
there's no
like
stop
about it.
for an offense like that.
The thing, like, I hate Jokic. Him and his goddamn horses and his stupid brothers, and I hate it. But the thing I liked about the Nuggets is that Jamal Murray was hooping, and then
Oh yeah,
like
he
after
came off a serious injury.
That's
so
my
it's like,
exactly
it's
like him.
It's so impressive.
Him
dude.
coming back from the because I remember before he got injured, they were supposed to be so good, and it was like everybody was talking about the Nuggets. It was supposed to be this big whatever,
Yeah.
and then he got hurt, and it was like I remember how I felt so bad when he got hurt because I was like, damn, like they were about to be pretty good, and then he got like a freak
He
injury.
was hooping in the bubble. Him and
When they were in the bubble, man, he
Donovan
was
Mitchell.
nutty. He couldn't miss in the bubble.
Him and Donovan were just going at each other,
Man,
like mercilessly. Like they would not stop. They were killing each other.
those bubble. I think
they really were.
I know we're going back a little bit, but those bubble games, to me, realistically, I feel like that low key, that kind of brought all those players that brought them back to like AAU, like high school days, which is why everyone was out there
sure.
like just hooping and just having, because like you're
Yeah.
staying in a hotel with each other, like playing card game, like doing game, like playing
lot of
games
people
and stuff, like
discredit the
staying with each
bubble.
other all the time. I like the bubble.
But
I mean, you
everything
discredit the
about
bubble
it,
all you
all
want.
the
I like the bubble.
circumstances-
That was cool.
Yeah, all the circumstances. It was so nice to see basketball again. So I enjoyed the bubble.
Man, I was
But-
so hyped when basketball came back. And now look at where
Yeah,
we
me
are
too,
today.
dude.
Like, what the hell? Like,
Life is good.
what a free agency we have this year.
Not only that, what a season we just had, dude. Freaking,
This season was
it
weird.
was wild, man.
Weird.
It was wild.
I get.
I don't
We'll talk about. All right, we'll talk. Since we're talking about this season and being weird, let's talk about the
Talk
Grizzlies.
to me. Oh yeah, D Rose.
I love it. I love it.
I like it too. Smart and Rose, do you think they mesh? Do you think they work together well?
My thing
'Cause
is,
Smart could play the two if he's shooting, if he
so
actually shoots the ball.
my thing with the D Rose signing is I don't know how much they're gonna intend to play him.
Is it? You think it's like a role
Now,
model, like almost?
yes. Now with the 25 game suspension for with Ja, I feel like they're gonna
Yeah.
probably play like the first 25 games. Yeah, he's probably gonna get a decent amount of minutes just because they have like they need
Oh yeah.
somebody to play.
He probably won't be the starting point guard. I mean, maybe, who
But
knows? But yeah, I get what you're saying.
another like that's another veteran guy to bring in. Him and Marcus Smart being
And I feel like
around
it's
that
someone that
team is
Ja,
just gonna like
he would respect. I feel like he respects D Rose.
exactly. Because with Marcus Smart,
That's
even
important.
though it's that veteran guy and like he's been to the championship and like I know they haven't won it, but he's been in the playoffs, like he's made runs in the playoffs, like he's been a great player all his career. D Rose coming in there
Oh
is
yeah,
completely
I agree
different.
all.
Like
I agree all the way.
D Rose coming in there that's an MVP. Like he used to be the MVP. That man went
Yeah.
through so much adversity in his career with having both like those knee injuries
Pushed
all the
through and
time.
made it his. It was a bad injury too, and like he pushed his way back to the NBA. Like
And then
coming
getting
back
hurt
from
again,
that,
and
like,
then getting hurt again, and
you
then
have to think,
still
like,
coming back. Like
a certain point, like that was like you didn't come back from that. Like if you got an injury like that, like
a lot of
however
players
many
don't come
years
back.
ago, like 15, 18, like something like that, like years ago, you weren't coming back to the NBA.
Yeah,
It
players are
wasn't
like,
happening.
I got my money.
So to push
I'm good.
through, that shows a lot about D Rose. Like it really does show like a lot. It shows that he can push through adversity like
And the
that.
fact that
I
he's
think,
still
yeah,
hooping, like he's still. That's gonna show that like that's gonna give them a huge veteran piece over there to be like, yo, Ja, like it's. Look, if you
Yeah.
if you do this
Give him-
and you just stick to hoop, like D Rose was an MVP back when he was nice and he was an MVP like in his prime, dude.
Yeah.
He was unstoppable. If you
You're not wrong.
put him around Ja, he's like, yo, if you just stick to your grind and stop like fucking around, you could be like them. You could be the MVP. You're better than all these players.
Get him locked in for real. I know what you're saying. Get 'em
Exactly.
really locked in.
That's a huge piece for them. And then they re-signed Desmond Bain, which is that's like a huge piece for them to re-sign. He was huge.
He is a hooper.
Dude,
He is so good.
he's one of those players that you're just like, he looks like a football player, and like you're just like, dude, you're gonna try to run me over like every
is built that
play,
way.
and I'm gonna want to fight you, but like, he's he's a hooper.
Oh, dude, his three ball is crazy.
Which is
He
so
has such a
it's
knockdown shot.
he just doesn't look like a shooter, and then like he comes out there and he's just like raining
he's
threes,
buff.
and you're
And
just like, all right.
His handle and his finishing capability is kind of underrated. Like when you see him actually, when it's like a serious, like when someone's actually clamping him, like he could still get to the hole. Which is like
Yeah.
for shooters, like not a lot of shooters can do that.
Yeah,
Like to actually have a real handle.
yeah, that's true.
So-
There's not a lot of shooters that do have handles like that. I mean, it took
Yeah,
Duncan
most of the
Robinson
time
a
it's
little
catch and
bit.
shoot guys.
Exactly. The Mavs.
Got more on the Grizz.
No,
the Mavs,
not really.
okay,
We'll jump to the Mavs.
Kyrie re-signed 3-year,
Now-
$126 million.
That
Three years for Dallas.
now I know I said last pod.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the offseason and all that, the Mavs said that they were like 100% on Kyrie. They sticking with him. They they want to re-sign him and all that. So I
Yeah.
mean, this doesn't surprise me to re-sign him. But
Not me either.
what I'm curious about is all
Talk to
these like, did he go meet with the Suns? Did he go meet with all these teams and like what did they
Oh yeah, that was funny. They almost,
what
it
did they
almost seems like they
say?
shut him down so fast.
Yeah, it's like, what did they
The news came
say?
out so quickly. It went from like 1
I had
hour,
that-
like
I had it in my topics of like, oh, like Kyrie wants to meet with the Suns like the first day of free agency and all this, and then I was like, yo, if he goes to the Suns,
I
like with the
wonder.
team they have, like I was like, I just canceled the
I
NBA. I
wonder
was
if
like, no one,
KD was
no.
like, "Oh hell no."
Oh, I mean, yeah, that KD was probably like, yo,
Yo,
you bring him back, I'm gone, like
yeah, he's
instantly,
like,
I'm
I'll go
gone,
to Dallas with Luca."
bro. And then he was probably like, and I'm taking D Book and Bradley Beal with me.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, and then like there was a couple other teams I think he was talking to. I know for a second there was talks of him going to the Heat, which partially I would have liked if it was like back in like I don't know
yeah. I mean, honestly,
2013,
having a guard like
2014
that,
Kyrie back when he was like on the Cavs, like young Kyrie when he just came out and was like balling. Like yeah, that's
yeah,
I
like
would have
get to the
loved that.
rim,
I
like
would have
I'm gonna
loved
go
that
through
Kyrie.
you. Yeah,
I would have loved to have that Kyrie on the Heat. The Kyrie now
for sure.
I would have liked it too, but like um that got shut
You
down
think
like
he?
right away.
You think he's a good fit with Luca? Because in my opinion, I say no. I think their
No, I
defense
don't
isn't good
either.
enough. They have the handle and shooting, but the
The problem
defense to
is,
me, you gotta add defense around Luca.
well, yeah,
In my opinion.
that's the thing. I think they need the defense. My thing,
Yeah.
all right, we have, I think free agency's 13 days, and we're on day 2. Now, I'm come like with free agency comes a lot of like trade requests and everything, like as you see with Dame and stuff. The Kyrie re-signing. Do you think Luca would request a trade?
See, that's what my grandfather said that, and I kind of laughed because
I've heard people say
no,
it, but like
the way I see Luca is I think he wants to just stay in Dallas because of Dirk Nowitzki. I think like when
that's
he
true.
first got to the league, his rookie year, everyone was like, "Oh, Luca, he could be the next Dirk," and like even
That's
like
true.
as he kept like hitting crazier and crazier shots, like it was like, oh, so in I don't know. I would say I don't think he will. I think he'll just stick it out.
But
But
like, all
for
right,
how long? For how long is the important
exactly,
question?
because
Because
it's the same
if
thing
they
with
go like a
Dame.
bunch of years of losing,
It's
I mean, look at
It's
his
the same
stats.
thing with
He
Dame,
averaged he averaged like 33, like 9 and 8, I think.
dude. That man
And
was a walking triple double.
yeah, like and like they still didn't even get to the play in.
Like,
You
yeah,
know, so
he's a
it's like
walking
yeah,
triple double,
they
and
need to
they
lock
can't
in.
win. So I guess
Their GMs, they gotta get
it's
someone.
just
They gotta get
it's
some. Oh,
just
speaking
like
of the Mavs, Seth Curry's he's re-signed. I
that's
like that.
another thing too. Now I'm not sure how much is played into it. Seth Curry played with Kyrie at Duke. He also
And
had a
played in
with
Dallas.
and he put well he had a stint with Kyrie in Brooklyn.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that actually. Yeah.
I don't now this kind of sounds crazy, and I mean I love sounding crazy. What
Talk to
if,
me, yeah.
because the way Mark Cuban talked about Kyrie before, at least during the season,
Hmm.
he loves Kyrie.
Yeah, seems like he's all in on him.
What if they're anticipating Luca to request a trade or something, or like eventually request a trade, or like
And build around
when
Kyrie.
and yes, they're trying to build this team around Kyrie now, expecting like in the next couple years Luca to leave, or like when he's a free agent, whenever. I don't
That
know
would be
when that
interesting.
happens. But that's like bringing Seth Curry in. That's like a good. Him and Kyrie had a good relationship like through
I
college,
don't
and
know what kind of player, like, if you were to match Luca with a superstar, I don't know what type of player. I almost want to say you put him with like a Jimmy Butler, to be honest, yo. Someone who will set him up, but also can like do pick and roll and play
yeah.
defense. Like,
I
I
mean
don't know.
that's not a bad
I'm
comparison.
not saying for him to go to Dallas, but just the type of play style, like
Yeah,
alone.
no,
Like he needs someone who like really get at it.
yeah,
Someone like Himmy Buckets.
ex-
But
Himmy motherfucking buckets.
Damn right.
I wish he showed up so much. Like, I wish he showed up more in the finals, man. But that, like,
I would have loved to see it go to 6 or 7.
dude,
I really would have.
I wish that series went to 7. If that series went to
Really, what it
7,
was?
oh, I might have
They
died
just
from
ran
a heart.
out of
I
gas,
might have
yo.
died from a heart attack if that went to 7.
Oh man, yeah, I can
I
imagine.
might,
I
like,
mean, just wait. Were we in the party when the Celtics, like when that went to Game 7? I'm pretty
I
sure
don't
we were
know.
talking to each other. I'm not 100%. No, wait, no, we weren't. I was okay. I remember now, but I can
No, I
imagine
don't
that
think
tip
so. Because
in
I think I watched the
was
entire
probably
playoffs by myself. I had to, like,
yeah. That
in
tip
my
in was
room, like,
probably like that had to be heartbreaking for you. I just can imagine
bro,
just
I
the perfect opportunity.
I laid
It was crazy.
I laid right there for 30 minutes. I
That's
couldn't
so
move
funny.
after he made that.
I believe you too. Because I mean, especially the thought is like, oh man, they just sold like 3 games in a row. Like, oh, they're going back to Boston. This is bad.
Dude,
But
and then we went up, and I was like, oh, oh my god, I was like, this is it. Like,
yeah,
I was just sitting there, one stop, one stop. All we need is one stop, and then he does that, dude. I couldn't move.
nah, yeah, that
I
that
thought
series,
I thought that was it for me.
the Eastern Conference Finals was so good. Actually, it was pretty insane.
And it's just gonna be better
I'm
this
sure
year.
for you, I'm sure for you it was a little stressful, like you said, but
Just give me Dame, and it'll be better. If we have Dame, if we have Dame, we win everything, the whole championship. We sweep everyone. I don't care.
yeah.
No one has.
You got another one?
Um, I mean, with the Mavs, they also signed. They re-signed Dwight Powell.
Oh yeah.
That's I mean, I like that. Decent big man
I
for them.
like him.
Yeah, he's always
He's
been a
good.
solid. He's been a decent player.
He's a good stretch four. He can shoot, and he is good at actually catching lobs. Like he can, but he is kind of like his build is like a little slender for like a pick and roll target. But he can,
Yeah.
like I say, he can get at it. But he's yeah, I don't know. I like the signing, to be honest. I mean, he's all around. Always played good around Luka, I think.
Yeah, and that's like they're just trying to keep like that's a good piece for them to keep, and like he's already been in that system, like knows all the guys and
Yeah.
everything. Like it's a solid piece for them to keep over there. Those are some of the big main pieces I've had. Now I guess we could go.
Mavs.
We could go.
Let's talk about the Warriors.
Yeah, they re-signed.
Last time we didn't.
All right. Yeah.
Oh,
Now let's talk. Yeah, let's talk. Cause last time we
Talking about that CP3.
last time we talked, we said, does CP3 win a championship? And we said if the Warriors don't have Draymond, they have no shot. The very first signing of free agency, Draymond signs a $100 million contract.
4 years, yep, 100 mil.
Now, I forget how long did CP3 sign
What I
for?
will respect about them is they're locked on like making it their dynasty with Draymond and the shooters. I appreciate that, but if I were the GM,
Well,
this is all just personal thing.
so Bob Myers, who is Bob Myers?
He's the owner, I thought. I'm not 100% though. I might be wrong.
He was the basketball operation. He was a GM of the Warriors. He left this year, and now I remember that Draymond said that was that was part of Draymond's concern with the team and everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, I guess that means he'll be okay.
I mean, all right. Draymond knows all the actions, and he's really good at making live reads.
Dude, and
My
it's
only
like if
problem
you
with
think
him
about like the way
he
that
has no bag.
Yeah,
His offensive
but
bag to me is non-existent.
he somehow works, which is so annoying. Like
Yeah.
I hate
Well,
it.
it's cause of how good Clay and Steph are at shooting the ball.
And then
If
he comes out and does.
especially Steph,
He has like a triple. He gets like a triple double and like random points, and you're just like, how does he have?
yeah.
How does he have 14 points? When did he
If
score?
I always say this about Russell Westbrook, if they can develop, if Draymond and Russell could develop like a 12-foot floater or like a 10-foot like floater shot, they'd be unstoppable, honestly. Because then
Dude,
the
all
potential
Russ
for the
needs
lob is there and the floater.
all Russ
That's what's
needs
so good
is
about the
to
floater.
develop his 3-point shot, and I feel like that man is one of the
At this
best
point,
players ever.
I oh easily.
If he had a
Because then
3-point
people would have to
shot back when
guard
he was
up,
on
and then he would
OKC,
just
he'd
blow
be.
by. I was watching highlights when I was working out. Russell Westbrook was getting me hype.
Dude, Russell Westbrook used to be
His
nuts.
dunks were crazy.
Um, but yeah, so like I mean, the Warriors. That's like a bringing Draymond back. Now,
It makes sense. I kind of
yeah,
saw
like you
it
can't
coming.
break that team apart, and then it's like you realistically, like you got to
Yeah,
think about it. His entire career, he's been there. He's been with Clay. He's been with
and
Steph. He doesn't
and
know
on
anything
paper,
else.
like it's always worked. So it's like you can't just
Exactly.
break
You
it
put
up
those three
because
together, and it's like they've always
of
somehow
superstition or
they're always somehow there at the end of it. You're just like, why are the Warriors like? Why are they winning? Why are they in the
now.
about to make it to the finals?
What's
But
your
like,
what's your thoughts on CP3 there now? Because I like it, to be honest. It fits well.
realistically,
It gives
I love
Steph
it.
a lot of
I love it,
like
even
time to
though
relax.
he's older and he's way out of his prime now. But
Yeah,
if you think about it, you put what's Kevin
he's a
Looney?
true point
Kevin
guard.
Looney's their big man, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes sir.
If you have Chris Paul, or Steph Curry at the 2,
And you
Clay,
have Wiggins too,
Draymond.
which is a
I
lob
forgot about
threat, and
him
he can
too.
shoot sometimes.
So if they want to go small like they normally do, they could have Clay,
Yeah, it could
CP3,
work.
Steph in the game, and then Draymond and Wiggins. Now that's kind of a small lineup, but like Clay plays really good defense. Draymond's a good defender,
Yeah,
and then
for
Wiggins can
sure.
play defense.
Oh,
That
Wiggins is like the most
CP3
underrated defender in the league.
CP3 handles the ball in that situation. Dude,
He's gonna find a bucket.
whoever's guarding Steph is gonna have the worst
That's
night
what's
of
so
their
nice about
life.
CP3 and why he's still in the league is because he knows everyone's actions and like he just like he'll find a bucket, dude. Like he's a true
Exactly.
point
And
guard.
if you have like
He's
being on that
gonna help you
Warriors
get a
team,
bucket.
whoever's guarding Steph is gonna have the worst night of their life because that man's just gonna sit there and run around the entire game, and he's not gonna get tired, and he's
Yep.
just gonna find
Yep.
the open
Run
spot.
Steph at the 2, Clay at the 3, then fucking
And if you have
have
CP3 at
it'd
the
be
1,
actions all day, dude. Just like off ball screen there, off ball screen there. Someone's
exactly.
curling, like yeah.
And
That offense would be scary.
CP3's main job and the main thing he's done is he finds the open guy. With Steph running around all the damn time, he's gonna get
He's
open.
gonna find them.
And if he doesn't get open, defenders are gonna get lost, and then Clay's gonna get open, and he's
Yeah,
gonna
they'll
find
always
both
have a
of them.
shooter.
And having both of them wide open is deadly. So
Yep, don't want that to happen.
taking the ball out of Steph's hands, I like because then he doesn't have to like go run the offense and be the one to
Oh, yeah,
initiate
Steph,
everything.
Steph's best at the 2.
Exactly. He's always been best off ball, running around screens and popping out
Yep.
and like doing
Catch and
all kinds of
shoots,
different whatever.
handoff action,
Exactly.
all that.
So yeah, I feel like them keeping Draymond is huge. The CP3 pickup is big. As much as I know a lot of people don't like it because he's older and CP3 is whatever, and
Yeah, people will slide it in every way they want, but in all actuality, it definitely
it's a
for
big
sure.
pickup. And I mean, yeah, he's
Yeah, it
coming to
worked.
the end of his career, but like, dude, he still can go out there and put
No
up
better
double
place.
doubles.
No
Like,
better place to end up than Golden State. I mean,
Exactly. And he's still like in decent shape for his age and everything. So like he can still go out there and
if he
put
can
up
make it to
15
like
and 10
May
assists.
and like
Like
get to the playoffs,
dude,
that's a
that team
lot of
could
people's problems. They just
yeah,
can't
they
make
could
like
be
sometimes,
deadly
or
in the
they can make it.
playoffs.
Yeah,
Dude, the West could be nuts. The West could be
for sure.
nuts. You got the Suns, the Warriors, the Lakers, the Mavs, the Clippers.
Seems like
Now,
the 76ers are making a lot of room. They got rid of Shake Milton. He's in
yeah, we can talk.
Minnesota
Yeah, well,
now.
let's talk Sixers.
The
Let's
other
talk
way I said
Sixers.
that. We in Minnesota now.
Yeah,
No.
let's talk Sixers. Um,
Now talk to me, yo.
they lose Shake Milton. He was a decent piece there.
And George Niang.
Yes,
3
George. I
years
forgot about
to
that
the
too. Yeah, George
Cavs.
Niang. He's on the Cavs. Oh, we'll talk about them. They're trying to do. I don't
Yeah,
know
the
what they're.
Cavs
I don't know
are
what's happening over there. Um,
interesting.
they got Pat. The Sixers got Pat Bev. I like that. That's a dog. Philly's gonna love him. He fits
Yeah,
that.
and
He
yeah, he
fits
just
Philly.
fits. He fits. Yeah, exactly. He's like the kind of the most
Now
Philly player you can imagine.
I'm not sure when this is gonna happen or if like what's going to happen. But they could potentially lose James Harden and Tyrese Maxey. Now, if they lose both of them, they're screwed.
There's a well, not only that, there's just a ton of space. So, yeah, they're that whole next year for them would be bad.
Like,
No
I
one's
mean,
gonna want to go to Philly.
I don't know who they would get in this situation.
Yeah,
I've also heard of trade talks of Tobias Harris too. Now, a lot of the trade talks I've heard of these, all of them trying to like trade for Dame, which everybody can shut up. Dame's coming to Miami. No one has any say in whatsoever. Dame's coming to Miami. Um, but if they lose Harden, they lose Maxi. That's their
yeah.
backcourt. Like that's their backcourt.
It's interesting. It's actually really interesting too, because it's like I feel like this is the first time that would happen. Like all the other like all-star players like leave the MVP, and no one wants to come play for the MVP of the last season.
Exactly, because it's like if you think
That's
about it,
interesting.
if Harden and Maxi both leave, like they don't really have anybody else besides Embiid and like
No one.
Tobias Harris.
Their team is like at that point, yeah. They don't really have. They have no hitters.
And that it's
But
in that situation, it's like, is the process over?
yeah,
Embiid
I almost think
is
that
Embiid
means
gone?
like a rebuild.
Yeah, like do they
Embiid,
just
listen,
scrap
that
it
would be
again?
interesting. I almost feel like they're gonna ride out Embiid for the rest of his career.
I feel
Now,
like I feel
especially
like
now
he
he's
will
won the
too. Like this is his
MVP.
team. Like this is his team. He's
Yeah, he just won the MVP too, so he's definitely like, it's like, all right, this is my team. Like,
yeah. I definitely could
but
see that. Um, I mean, I don't know with the Sixers, man.
yeah, I don't know either. They're such a odd team to
'Cause
me.
it's
Like they always, in my opinion, I always think they overthink it. Like they were fine with the roster they had. They should have they should have run it back. Like run it back. You made it to the playoffs. You made it past the first round. Well, like what's the loss? I know they lost, but like I don't
they
know.
lost because Harden
I feel
doesn't.
like you gotta have
If Harden shows up, like that's
Embiid and Harden both did
yeah.
not show out that
Embiid
game.
didn't play very well. I mean, Harden's just I don't know with that guy anymore, man.
No, I don't either. I have a lot. He used to be my favorite player for sure, but
I don't know anymore.
I don't know. It seems like somewhere along the way, he kind of the hooping didn't become the most important
It's
part
like
to him.
he's like Ben Simmons, but he actually gets on the court. It's like, does he even care anymore? Like, does he want to play ball? Is he just here for the money? Does he actually want to
Yeah,
win?
that's
Does
what
he
it
just
seems
want
like.
to
I mean,
play in the
especially now he wants
NBA?
to leave.
Exactly. And then it's like, if he wants to go back to Houston, now we can hop over to the Rockets in a second. But before Houston doesn't have, They didn't. They
Yeah,
weren't
we
a team
definitely
like
had to talk about the Rockets.
before. Houston isn't in a contender. I still don't see them as like a huge contender. Now they got some pieces. They're a decent team, and I feel like they're trying to get some pieces to try to like maybe lure Harden
Yeah,
over.
they just picked up Fred VanVleet for a 2-year, 26 mil.
They picked
And
up two other players too.
I have
Well,
so much respect
three,
for small
but
guards. Like Fred VanVleet, like I respect him a lot. He's a really good player. He plays way bigger than his size. Like he's actually a really good defender, and he could shoot that thing.
so yeah, it's like well, so I don't know what Harden's doing. I don't know if he wants to go to the Rockets. I don't know if he's staying in Philly. But with the
The Rockets
Rockets,
would be interesting.
see the thing is, if he goes to the Rockets, it's like I don't know how. He took a pay cut last year already for the Sixers, and now here I have a tweet that says James Harden is extremely upset with how the Sixers have handled his possible free agency, and he made it known to the like he told them that he was like pissed.
Yeah.
And then he specifically said, like, I took a $15 million pay cut last year to be able to like build this team and
Yeah,
like
I remember
whatever.
when he did that.
So it's like if he leaves and goes to Houston, I don't know how much money Houston's got anymore because now they've got Fred VanVleet. Not too long ago, maybe an hour or two ago, they signed Dylan Brooks to an $80 million deal.
Oh wow, I didn't see that. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
They got Patty Mills to a sign and trade. And then they got Jock Landale from, I'm pretty sure he was on the Phoenix Suns.
They have Sengun, which is a really good passing center, and Jalen Williams. Or
Who's
no, that's
Sengun's?
the
Who's
OKC.
Sengun's the dude from UConn?
Sengun, I'm not sure. But he's a 7-foot center, and he can pass and
Is
has
he a
like,
rookie?
He was a rookie last year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive. I forget what. I think it's like Alpin Sengun or something.
I gotta look at me. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Oh, and they got Cam Whitmore in the draft. That's another
Yeah, and they
pickup
also
for them.
picked up
I mean,
Amon, I think.
they have a decent squad. They lost one of my favorite players. He went. Where did he just go? He just signed. Oh, he went to the Clippers.
Yeah, Alperen Sengun, 6'11". I don't know. It just says he's Turkish basketball.
Oh,
Not sure where he
that
went to
guy.
college.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's kind of crafty.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He's a good passer.
Sorry, I didn't mean to look all that. I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
But
they have
all
pieces.
around, so
like
it'd be nice to pick up guards for them because they have a passing big. Having a passing big is like actually so huge because then the guards play so much more of a better like.
and it just
role.
makes the in and out game so much easier because it's like if you really kick it in, you
just
kick it into
handoffs.
them and they kick out like especially like think about it, Patty Mills, you kick it into him, you kick it into the big guy, Patty
Great
Mills
catch and shoot player.
relocates somewhere, gets open, and yeah, he catch and shoot.
That's his
God,
game.
like
Yeah.
same thing with Fred VanVleet. Like
Yeah,
Fred
that's
VanVleet's really
interesting.
good off the catch and shoot. You have big man like that kicking into him. Fred VanVleet relocates, gets a wide open shot, kicks it out, and like they have a solid
All around,
squad.
like, the Rockets are one of those young teams that like they have very good potential to.
The only
become
young guy,
something.
the only young guy they lost is KJ Martin, who went to the Clippers. But like he
Yeah.
didn't play that much.
Jalen Green, he's a good player.
They have so many young
he's
pieces that are
balanced.
solid. They got one of the Thompson brothers. They have Jalen Green, Josh Christopher's over there, but he played a 2-way contract, so he gets sunburn in the league. But sometimes he plays in the G League. But they have a lot of young guys over there. You bring Fred VanVleet in, Patty Mills, Dylan Brooks. There's veteran guys that they have.
Dylan Brooks is a good pickup. People
mean,
were
as long as he don't run his
him
mouth.
in a lot of ways. Yeah. People were slighting. He definitely deserved every slight he got, but he is a good player.
He keeps his mouth shut, especially in Houston. As long as he keeps his mouth. I mean, he was in Memphis before too, so like that, he's fine. I guess it's Houston's kind of the same thing, but like
one thing I saw that made my jaw drop. Yeah, LaMelo Ball 5-year max.
He deserves it.
260
He deserves it.
that. Ooh, we were talking about on
I
the
said
last
it in the
episode
last
how they.
podcast. I love them
We were talking
boys.
about them.
I
I do
love
too.
them boys.
Man, that's some money, man. He's making more than a quarter billion.
Yeah, he deserves
That's
it.
crazy. He does, no doubt.
He's the
Hopefully
only.
Lonzo can get
He's
healthy.
him
Speaking of Lonzo,
and
too.
Him and Steph Curry are the only non-Nike shoes I'll ever hoop in.
Nah, that is a fact. Yeah, that is a fact. So speaking of the Bulls and just Lonzo, Javon Carter for a 3-year to Chicago.
I like it. It's a good
I
guard
like
pickup.
it. He's another small guard who
He's
plays
decent.
bigger
He
than
was
his
always
size.
he was
He's
always good in
really good on
college.
defense.
Yeah, he was a great defensive guard in college, and then came in the league and did the same thing.
But yeah, having him for 3 years without Lonzo being there, that's
I'm
very
pretty
good
sure-
for them.
I'm pretty sure he was on the Bucks when they won the championship.
Yeah.
So like
He
he's
was.
got that he's got that championship
He's
like
championship player.
experience and everything. So like he knows. He's been around Giannis for all these years now. So it's like he understands everything. Putting him over there, and I feel like that's a decent
Plus, they
replacement.
still have Kobe White. They also picked him up for re-signed him.
Oh,
for
I love
3
Kobe
years,
White, UNC guy.
33.
Can we?
Yeah,
Can we? Oh, let's turn this real quick. Can we get the turn?
yeah, but Kobe White.
Look at that. You see the Tar Heel flag up there? Yes, sir. You know Tar Heels, baby. We out here. But
Yes, sir. But yeah, Kobe
Javon
White
Carter-
he's just a good guard to have.
Well,
Well, and can actually play the two.
Javon
Start
Carter
with the
coming in
one.
there is a big replace. That's a replacement for Pat Bev. That's a defensive guard that they lost, and he.
Yeah, and
I mean, he's
honestly,
not
in my
as much of a
opinion,
dog.
Way better for the role.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like he's
a better passer.
exactly. I feel like he's a better ball handler, better shooter. I feel like he doesn't have as much of
Yeah.
that dog in him as Pat Bev, but like
Yeah,
he's still that same kind of piece.
Yeah, exactly. Not as much as like defensive dogged, but like yeah, exactly what you said.
So yeah, that's a good. I feel like that's a decent pick for them. Then them losing Pat Bev, but then they replace him with another defensive guard, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah, speaking of the Bucks, Chris Middleton, 3 years.
Chris Middleton re-signing. They re-signed Brooke Lopez. So I mean, they got
Yeah.
both of their two key pieces back that they needed to. I mean, the Bucks are always going to be the Bucks. They have putting Giannis, Chris Middleton, Brooke Lopez together. Like that's just they're ridiculous. How
They
he
work
how did he
together.
beat
For
him?
whatever
I
reason,
still
they
don't
just
know.
work.
I still don't know. That was nuts.
Nah, that one play, Milwaukee's coach really messed up.
I mean,
Where
yeah,
Jimmy
that was
Butler-
a big part of it. Mike Budenholzer did not coach that
was a
series
that
well.
was a bad.
He had
Well,
some.
I'm specifically just that one specific play where it was an alley-oop for a game winner.
Oh yeah, the
or,
Jimmy Butler game
overtime
winner. Yeah, I
attempt.
remember. Or yeah,
Yeah.
the overtime
Brooke
game.
Lopez
Yeah,
should
yeah,
have been in or any kind of center.
Well,
but
that's the thing.
A
He
story
had-
for another day.
He was having so many family issues and everything. Where just he's.
Yeah.
I mean, he got fired and lost his job after it, which sucks. But like, he coached
Oh,
like
yeah.
shit.
No. Yeah, he did for sure. But he has a job again, so he good. Oh yeah, I do have D'Lo written down.
But yeah, Brooke Lopez coming back there, that's big. Chris Middleton coming back there, that's also big. I don't really see Chris Middleton playing anywhere else. Like he's a Buck. He's
Yeah.
always been a Buck. I feel
Yeah,
like there's nowhere
He
else I
fits
really
there
see him
perfect,
fitting.
too.
Exactly. I don't see him fitting anywhere else that like would.
Having like a shot creating wing next to Giannis, it just works.
I feel like the only other really big thing I think we could talk about for this
What's
one would be the Cavs. We could get into that.
Okay,
They
so
re-signed Karis LeVert.
George. Yeah,
Which is
2
huge.
years, 32 mil.
That's a big
That's
big re-signing for them. He was
after
always
his
decent.
knee injury in May of this year. He kind of came back slow, but he is worth the money. Like honestly, when he's
Exactly, he's
playing
worth the
at his,
money. I
at
feel
his
like
highest level,
that was the only thing that he coming back from that injury. It's like, coming back from knee injuries or like that's
yeah,
hard.
coming back from any injury, it always makes you come back a little slower. So it's like you can't
Exactly.
judge those games.
So yeah, him resigning, that's a big one for them. Now they have Darius Garland, Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell. They got
They have
George
George
Niang
Niang.
and Max Strus, two very very good shooters. Realistically, you
Yeah,
put George Niang and Max Strus both in the game with Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, and Jared Allen.
two catch and
That's a
shoot
really
guys. Yeah,
scary lineup. I know George
yeah,
Niang would be at the four, and he's not that big of a player, but like
yeah. He
that's
could fill it.
that's a
He could play the
scary.
role.
That'd be a scary lineup because you have Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell able to attack and kick out and all of that, and then you got Max. You have to worry about Max Strus being out there. You got to worry about George Niang being out there, and Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell can all knock it down.
Yeah,
That'd
they
be
can
a,
all spark it. So that is a
they
scary.
got some
It's a
they got
scary
some decent
lineup.
pickups over there. Max Drews going over there and getting his money. I love it. Undrafted guy, definitely earned it.
Yeah,
Worked
he's
his ass
underrated
off
on
for it.
defense.
And I mean, he came out of no one knew who the hell he was. Came to Miami, busted his ass, worked hard as hell.
Pretty much anyone who went to Miami, they all could like play defense.
Man, we had
That's what
7
I like about Miami.
undrafted players and went to the finals. Anything
That
is
was a hell of a year
possible.
for you
Don't let
guys.
anybody tell you can't do nothing.
Yeah, shout out to Kevin Garnett, yo. Anything is possible.
I hate the Celtics, but I live by that, and I will always have that man
Yeah,
in my head.
I love that
Anything is possible.
for sure.
But yeah, I mean, that's about it for me on this
yeah.
one. There's
I've got a couple left. Damian Lee re-signed with the Suns. I like it.
the Suns are just. I mean, the Damian Lee
They're
re-signing.
OP at this
The
point,
thing for
but-
them is now they just signed a bunch of role players. They have all their stars. They have all their players that they need.
Yeah.
They just re-signed or resigned a bunch of role players. They got Drew Eubanks, Yuta Watanabe, Keith Bates Diop,
Oh,
Josh
they picked up
Josh.
Watanabe.
Yeah, and that's another like him
Nice.
reuniting with KD. Like they
That's
were both.
insane.
They had a great relationship back in Brooklyn, and now he's reuniting with KD. That's huge for them. And then they got Josh Okogie, Damian Lee resigning. They have a very solid bench. They have their starters. They're just. I hate it.
I know, dude. Anyone who uses that team in 2K, you're disgusting.
You deserve to be punched in the face and curb stomped. It doesn't.
So Zingis Pingus, 2 years with the Celtics. I don't understand what.
I don't
I'm
care.
here for it. Yeah, I don't really care either.
Fuck Boston.
I
That's
don't really like Boston.
that's how I
but
feel.
They
I
are
hope
overthinking
I
it.
hope
It's
I
so
hope
crazy.
Jaylen Brown gets traded, and then Jason Tatum's like, "Yo, what the hell? You just gave away two
What
of
the
my
hell?"
like best players."
Yeah.
Now, like, that's
Bro,
what I
like,
want.
if
I want
you're a
Jaylen Brown to get traded.
contender- If you're a contender every year for like the last like 4 years or like more than that,
And then you
I
go
think
out and
they've
get
always
like
made the
Kristaps
playoffs.
Porzingis. It's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah,
they were in the
and, like,
finals
I
like
don't
2
know.
years ago.
I just
They
don't-
were in the Eastern Conference
don't see it.
Finals. Like,
Yeah, it just to me does not make a whole lot of sense, but it
And,
is
like, I
what
don't-
it is, I guess. I
they
don't know.
weren't
We'll see
missing-
how it plays.
they weren't missing nothing against Miami. Miami just played better.
Yeah. Yeah, they just exactly. They just kind of folded like
That's all it was.
Yeah.
Miami just played better. Like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown just didn't show up as much as they needed to. Then Miami just played better. Caleb Martin showed up.
Nah,
Gabe
yeah,
Vincent
for
showed
sure.
up. So it's like I don't know really what
so.
I don't know what they were thinking with that. I mean, it's a good pickup
Yeah.
for him, and I feel like they'll be able to figure it out, I guess. But like,
And I'm not even saying KP is not a bad player, but
Oh, he's
for
not
that
at all.
system,
but it's just like
No,
it's
I don't
it's
know.
a random pick. It just seems like it was a random pickup that just happened, and they're like,
yeah. Hold on, we have to take a pause. I'm pretty sure I have to take my dog out. I only have
I
like
mean,
one or two things left anyway.
we can. I'm cool to end it there. We got an hour and 10 minutes
Yeah, fuck it.
already. So yeah,
Fuck it, let's do it.
yeah, we can call it there. We
All right,
got we got
hold
an
up.
hour in
I'll be
already.
right back though. If you want to do the intro or
Yeah, yeah, I
outro,
got you.
sorry, intro.
I got you. You're chilling. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Then, I'm sure we're gonna record. Probably have another one out. Try to have it out maybe Wednesday, Thursday next week, just because we know free agency's getting kind of crazy and there's gonna be a lot more deals going on. Got to see where Dame ends up. Talk about all that stuff. There's some more free agent stuff we didn't get to today. But yeah, I mean, that's it for us today. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Like, subscribe, share the pod with your friends, family, whoever you want. Oh, Matt's back. Matt, you want to say anything to the people?
No.
All right. Well, we can close it there.
Peace out, y'all.
Appreciate everybody tuning in.